Okay, we're back, and now we want to talk about metric prefixes. And this is just a way of shortening down numbers. So, like for example, if you had 1,000 meters, you could use that number in your calculations, but it takes up a little bit of space there. So the idea of the metric prefix is it's going to shorten that down so that instead of saying 1,000 meters, we'll be able to say 1 kilometer. And so now this is a shorter thing that you would have to put into your formulas. Now, as far as I'm concerned in here, there is only going to be 3 metric prefixes that you're going to need to know. And so that's going to be mili, and so that's going to be abbreviated by the letter M, and then centi, and then that's going to be abbreviated by the letter C, and then again kilo, which is going to be abbreviated by the letter K. So those are the only 3 that you're going to need to know as far as I'm concerned in any of my classes. But this chart shows you that there are other ones. So let's just start off with these 3 here. So the milli is going to be 1/1000th of something. So this stands for 1/1000th of something. So a millimeter is going to be 1/1000th of a meter. And so if we go back to our meter stick, those are going to be the teeny tiny little tick marks. So if you're in America, it's going to be about something like 1/16th of an inch. But this is going to be a millimeter. Another way of thinking about it is a grain of sand is about 1 millimeter in diameter. So 1/1000th of a meter. You could also tack that on to the word gram, and then you would have milligrams. So a milligram is going to be 1/1000th of a gram. So a gram is kind of like a paper clip. The mass of a single paper clip is 1 gram. So imagine taking a meat cleaver and chopping that paper clip up into 1,000 pieces. Those would be the milligrams. The word milli is also used with other things, like in terms of energy, you could have millijoules, for example. You could also have milliohms if you're talking about electricity and resistance. So the word milli means 1/1000th of something. Now centi means 1/100th of something. So 1/100th is going to be centi. So on your meter stick, those are the actual numbers that are on here. So a centimeter is the distance between my 2 fingers there, and it's approximately equivalent to the width of your fingernail, just to give you an idea for what a centimeter means. Now the word centi is actually not used that often for other measurements in the metric system, but it is used when we're talking about lengths, so centimeters. Kilo is going to be the opposite of milli because it's going to mean 1,000 of something. So when it comes to meters, then 1 kilometer, 1 kilometer, is going to have in it 1,000 meters. And an example of this might be a city block is approximately 1,000 meters. Okay, but there are other metric prefixes. So if you wanted to go bigger than kilo, then the next one that you come to is mega. And so that is going to be abbreviated by a capital M, and it's going to mean 1 million of something. So that's going to be mega. And then you can go even larger than that in this direction, and then you can go even smaller than this. So if you go 1,000 times smaller than a milli, then that's going to be a micro. And so its abbreviation is going to be one of these things. So that's a Greek letter, and it means 1/millionth of something. So I have up here a list of the different metric prefixes, and then in terms of meters, just how big or how small that they are. Okay, let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about how to convert units.